I think it's crunch time now. Very soon, you will be listening to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel's keynote address. And I mean, the session promises to be very powerful. So right now, we want to engage all of our ushers. Please bring people in right now because the train is moving again. For decades, the next person you're going to be listening to, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, for decades. He's been raising, he's been improving people's awareness about money and changing people's destinies, both from the Word of God and also from what people need to know about their money. He's done a lot, both in Nigeria and also globally. I can't do justice to this. We have a video introduction for Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. But again, we want to encourage everybody to come back inside because this train is moving. All right, right now, media, are you ready? The next video you're going to see is that introducing Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. God bless you.
Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, popularly known as the Common Sense Guru, is no doubt one of the world's leading relationship experts, motivational speakers, and wealth creation agents with over 3 decades of transforming lives. His influence spreads across the religious and secular arena. He is an apostle in the marketplace. With an executive master's degree in business administration from the University of Huddersfield in the UK and a real estate executive certificate with a special focus on capital markets, project finance, and business strategy from the prestigious Harvard Business School in the United States, and a doctorate in entrepreneurial leadership, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is a leading voice for personal, corporate, and national transformation. He has written over 100 books, and he is a best-selling author of over 50 books, the global president of the Billionaires Conclave, and the chief executive officer of the Common Sense Group with 9 subsidiaries and a global footprint. No one encounters him and stays the same. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Dr. Olumide Emmanuel.
Oh. Okay. Oops. Okay, thank you very much. Can you just tell your neighbor and say hello, billionaire? And billion, call her now. Hello, billionaire. Hi, billionaire. Let's put our hands together and celebrate all the speakers for all the amazing sessions that we've had. Now let's celebrate our hosts and our leaders for this amazing session. Listening to everybody, I'm wondering, what do you want to talk again? So, you know, when you have listened to grace, let's share the grace. Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor to be here. And I believe that in the brevity of time that we have available to share, we'll just drop 1 or 2 things in addition to all that we've heard. And I'm trusting that I'll be able to apply them and produce results from them. I've come to realize that even if we spend an entire month sharing, there are many things that we'll still not be able to touch. And that's one of the reasons why we write books. Because after we have shared, you need to go back, sit down, and continue to learn and learn and learn. The Word of God declares in Proverbs 23 and verse number 23 says, buy the truth and sell it not. Another translation says, do everything you can to acquire knowledge. And when you get it, don't let it go for anything. The amount of time and money you are willing to spend to develop yourself reveals the value that you place on yourself. In this part of the world, many people do not value knowledge. Many people do not value intellectual property. And that has become a limitation upon our possibilities. But I've come to realize that if you know better, you will do better. because your learning capacity determines your earning capacity. So I'm trusting that some of you that can will take advantage of the materials we have, go to the stand and get them. Now this one is called the School of Money. And I'm going to be sharing some things from this in my session right now. The School of Money teaches you how to make, manage, and multiply your money and serves as a blueprint for entrepreneurship. I personally believe that entrepreneurship is the solution to many of the challenges that we have on the continent. People steal most of the time because they don't know how to create wealth and they are afraid of the future. So they steal because that lack of knowledge stirs up greed and covetousness in them. A lot of people are corrupt for the same reason. People are unemployed for the same reason. So when you know how to create wealth, then it becomes easy for you to be able to live the kind of life you are supposed to live. So the book will be like a business school in print. So if you can, take advantage of that. This one is called The Pathway to Wealth. The Pathway to Wealth. The first book I wrote on wealth creation in 2005. It's called The Pathway to Wealth, and this is the updated version that has just been revised after 20 years. So this was released just this January, and we added 8 new chapters, and it's an amazing book that will be of help to you. Now this one is called 50 Common Money Mistakes to Avoid. Many of us speak the way we speak because we have made a lot of mistakes. So we have been in the WhatsApp group of foolish people before. So we know what foolishness looks like because we have been there. And that's what we're trying to say. Don't join that group. So get that, it will help you. This one is called How to Increase Your Value in the Marketplace. Value determines values, and values determine income. So you need to understand that in the marketplace that we live in today, people don't pay you for activity, they pay you for productivity. Just because you exist does not mean that money will flow. You must have something you are offering. And in order for you to stay valuable in the market, you must continue to increase your value because there are different things happening over time to make you obsolete. So get that, it will be a tremendous help to you. About 2 years ago, 2024, I started seeing a lot of things happening on social media. And one of the things that became prevalent was the fact that people started pushing a narrative that salary is what they pay you to forget your dreams. Everybody should be an entrepreneur. And I was like, this is a wrong virus that is spreading. And those of us that have been privileged to have understanding needs to bring clarity. So I read this book, How to Create Wealth as a Career Person. You heard Grace talking about the book she wrote also, How to Create Wealth as a Career Person, the Entrepreneur's Guide to the Workplace. Everybody cannot be an entrepreneur, but everybody must be an investor. So you can be a career person, you can be a salary earner, and you will still be able to create wealth. All you need to do is to understand the business of your career and to understand how to, and that's what the book is all about. And one of the uniqueness of the book is when I started this journey, my first wealth seminar was done in 1998. It was a 5-day meeting I did, and there are people that I have trained over the years that are now billionaires for real, and they are still salary earners. They have not left their job because they believe that this is their profession that they need to live for. So you can be a career professional and still be able to create wealth. So I showed testimonies of 16 of them. Some of them, you know, when you read, you're like, oh yeah. So I said, you know what? You have produced results. Let's show these people that it's true. So they shared where they were when they met me, what they learned, what they practiced, and the assets that they have now. And they are still salaried, and some of them are civil servants, and they didn't steal money. So, and the testimonies are there so that you will know that if you doubt it, it's to your loss. It's not because it does not work. Hello? So get the materials, they will help you. And then we have the Wealth Creation Master Pack because of technology. So all the books, you can get them in the flash. And then we just launched the School of Money University. It's a global online platform where you can then have access to everything we have done. And then once you're done with the university, you are plugged into a global alumni platform so that you can be a part of a tribe that will continue to help you leverage. Because in the world we live in today, you need hard work, you need smart work, you need network. Those are 3 works that so a lot of people work very hard, but they don't work smart. A lot of people work hard and work smart, but they don't have the right network. So that will help you to have a network that will help you. So take advantage of all the materials and you will be blessed as you do. So in my own session, I just want to share with you on how to make, manage, and multiply money. MMM. How to make, manage, and multiply money. How to make, manage and multiply money. I'm going to try to spend about 7 minutes to 10 minutes on each of those points. Now, let's start how to make, manage, and multiply money. Now, before we talk about how to make money, let's talk about how not to make money. When you know how not to make money, then you are able to eliminate the negatives, and then you are then able to zero in to the positive. There are many people that want to make money in our world today, but they are trying to do it in the wrong way. It's like looking for love in the wrong places. Number one, you don't make money by stealing, cheating, or fraud. You don't make money by stealing, cheating, or fraud. Because you have seen politicians and stupid people around you making money by stealing, cheating, and fraud does not mean you should follow suit. That someone has done it and they seem to be successful does not mean that you should follow them. He said, I saw the sinner and the ungodly man making money. I became envious and jealous of them until I knew their hand. You need to understand that wealth gotten by vanity will soon diminish. I don't know of any rich and wealthy individual whose name is on the Forbes list who is an armed robber. I don't know of anyone that has been able to steal, cheat, and defraud people, and they have been able to build generational wealth doing that. So you don't make money by stealing, cheating, or fraud. Number two, you don't make money by begging. A lot of people have made begging a career. As a result of COVID, urgent 2K came into our vocabulary. Can I send my account number? It came into our vocabulary, and you have a lot of people that have developed an entitlement mentality, and they have buried their possibilities because all they are doing is looking up to people to be able to give to them, because they have seen that if I can beg 5 people and they give me 5,000 naira each, I can get 25,000 naira just by begging, and they are okay with 25,000 naira because that's the limitation of their dream. So you don't make money by begging. I don't know what kind of begging. There are different kinds of begging, but I don't have enough time to offload that. But don't become a beggar, because you can be a beggar as an individual, you can be a beggar as a family, you can be a beggar as an organization, you can be a beggarly nation. And going from nation to nation, looking for subsidy, looking for loan, looking for support, looking for God. So beggarly living is all. So number one, you don't make money by stealing, cheating, or fraud. Number two, you don't make money by begging. Number three, you don't make money by betting. You don't make money by betting. You realize that the betting has become an epidemic in our world today. A lot of people don't realize that it's not anything new. Since the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, people have been betting. NAP 2, PAM 1, permutation and combination. They have been doing it. But please help me answer the question. Do you know anyone on earth today that is a multi-millionaire or a billionaire that made their millions and their billions by betting, and they have been able to perpetuate wealth doing that? None. As a matter of fact, you'll find out that many people that play the lottery, over 87% of them lose the money within the first 24 months. Why? Because any money you don't have the wisdom to make, you will not have the wisdom to manage it. And it's very, very important for us to understand that. So you don't make money by betting. Please listen. There is something you need to understand. Hope is not a strategy. And one of the strategies that is being used to keep people poor is to give them a hope of a future. Now, you can never win the house. So let me explain how lottery and betting works. It works by systems, algorithms, and data. So what is done is that they decide how much percentage of the income they have made they will give out. And it works basically with 10%. If they really love people and really want to do well, they move to 20. There is no betting or lottery that releases more than 20% of their intake. So what happens is the entire slot machine, the entire system, the entire algorithm is written in such a way that for every 1 million we make, we give out 100,000. For every 10 million we make, we give out 1 million. So what they do is that by the time many people that are poor in their mindset has given their 100 naira, 200 naira, and then they have gotten 10 million, then they release 1 million. Now that 1 million that is released, they can give one person 500,000 and give 10 other people 50,000. Now that person that got 500,000, they will now take another 1 million to publicize that person that got 500,000 so that they can get more mugu into the ship. And then you find out that every time you go around, you will never see a betting site or see a betting office in a rich neighborhood. You can't see betting sites in Banana Island. You will only see it in, let me not mention the area, but you know your area. So you don't make money by what? By betting. So number one, you don't make money by stealing, cheating, or fraud. Number two, you don't make money by begging. Number 3, you don't make money by begging. Number 4, you don't make money by marriage. You don't make money by marriage. One of the most amazing things we have seen right now in our world is that our world has come into a place of depravity where our value system has become so warped. And then you see a lot of people that think that all they need to do is to be an hunter, and they are hunting for men that have money so that they can marry them. So you see a lot of 21st century prostitutes online that sell all kinds of things just to get the attention of men. Listen and listen well. You need to understand that all this idea of, oh, I'm a slave queen, I want a soft life, me, I want to marry a billionaire. The question is, if you are praying, open and trusting to marry a billionaire, is a billionaire praying, open and trusting to marry you? And when you ask them, what are you bringing to the table? They say, I am the table. How can you be the table? If you don't have a seat at the table, you are the menu. So how can you say you are the table? So the question now is, if a billionaire marries you, can you manage the billions? Listen to me, young lady. If everything you are bringing to the table is sex and childbearing, you are a liability to your destiny. Because you see a lot of all these guys, hey, you know, hello, how are you? So, how much is everything you are wearing? My hair is 1.2, my bag is 300, my shoe, everything. Any man that wants to take me out in the talking stage, he has to have 2 million. 2 million key your mouth. If we bring your father, mother, brother, sister, if we bring all of you together, have you ever seen 2 million? Even if they kidnap you, can your family raise 2 million ransom? Say, yeah. And then you are wondering what's wrong with these people. And then you have a lot of prostitutes all over social media. You said you are selling a house. Is it house you are selling or breast and bum bum? Check out this house right now. 5-bedroom bungalow. And then it is luxury. And then you are a private chef. And you are not showing us the food you are selling. So I'm a private chef. I'm a private masseuse. You can't even spell masseuse. See, I do private massage. You are a prostitute. Hello? And then the next thing, you'll be deceiving people. You know, small girl, big God. Now God, they run them. We know that God is not the one running it. Hello? We know it's not God running it. We know it is senator that is running it. We know that the person that is running it is in Abuja. Hello. Someone say hello, billionaire. Say small girl, big God. Now God, what is God running? Small girl, big God. We know it's not God running it. We know it's Alaji that is running it. We know it's senator that is running it. And then after you have useless your life in the night, you come on morning prayer in the morning and you say you are a Christian. And it's these same useless people that will come to church and be lifting up on holy hands and be saying, why is the power of God not move? How can power of God move? And then you have a lot of men like that also. NFA, no future ambition. FIFA, the future is far away. HIV positive, having insufficient vision. They are hunting for daughters of rich men. They are hunting for rich ladies to go and seduce. And you see them bearded gang going nowhere. They can't bear anything. See a lot of them, they have 6-pack, they don't have 6-figure. 3-piece suits, ordinary 3 plot of land you don't have. You are carrying 3-4 handset like a 419. Yeah, you have no shares in the telecom industry. So you don't make money by marriage. Hello? Finally, you don't make money by inheritance. Waiting for your father to die for you to be rich, you may wait forever. You don't make money by inheritance, because any money you inherit, as long as you don't know how to make that money, the ability to manage it will elude you. And that's why you see that a lot of people that have become, what we call inheritors of wealth, trust fund babies, once they get the money, they mess it up. And that's why the days of wills are over. Rich people don't write will anymore. They put everything in the trust because they know that they cannot trust you. So they tell you what they can give to you. So they manage the money. Even after they are dead, they determine what they manage. So how do you make money? Now that you know how not to make money, how do you make money? You make money by working. That's all. You make money by what? Working. You are either working for yourself or you are working for somebody else. Now listen, work is not a curse. Don't let anybody sell the idea to you that work is a curse. Work is not a curse. But there are 3 kinds of work you need to have. You need hard work, so you need to work hard. You need smart work, you need to be smart. So that it should not just be muscle power and just do no. It's not obey. Hello? So you work hard, but you also need to work smart, and then you need to network. So work is not a curse. My father worketh, itato, and I work. Work while it is day, for the night cometh when no man can work. He that will not work, let him not eat. Let every man work with his own hand, that which is good. So work is not a curse. But the challenge is that many of us don't know the difference between a work and a job. Your work and your job are 2 different things. A job is what you do to earn a living. A work is what you are created to do. Your career is what you are paid for. Your calling is what you are made for. So find your work. Fishes don't struggle to swim. Birds don't struggle to fly. Why? It's a work, not a job. So when you find your work, money will continue to flow. So you need to either work for yourself, which is entrepreneurship, or you work for other people, which is intrapreneurship. One of the reasons why many of us are working for other people and we are not able to create wealth is because we go there thinking about ourselves. People that are 21st century entrepreneurs are no more looking for salary earners. They are no more looking for staff. They are looking for partners. They are looking for people that will come and see that job as their own job. They are looking for people that will find destiny in them, and they are ready to release equity. I have staff. My PA is here. His salary is not up to 500,000. He has made over 10 million this year. My COO is here. His salary is not up to 2 million. He has made over 40 million this year. Why? Because even though they are parts of the workforce as a staff, they have equity, they have commission, they have something they earn. So there are people whose salary is just 250, but they have made 50 million already this year. Why? Because they understand that I have a part in this pie. Because for every big vision, there is a small version. So you just need to find your version in that vision and tie your own vision to that version and stay there. Because whether you like it or not, sometimes you heard that saying, I'm asking myself, what are we looking for again? I just came in yesterday, and we still had the discussion with my host, the guy that owns an hotel that we stayed in, came in from Jos. He owns hotel, he has, and he said he wants to see me. I said, so come, what's your retirement plan? You're already almost 70. Your children are abroad. Are they coming back? So we're having that discussion. Why? What do you think we are looking for? We're not looking for money to eat, but it's value, it's impact. And sometimes you ask yourself, why do I need to stress myself? Because let me tell you something, you may not know. There are things you will put money into. Ordinary 1 billion, just put it in the treasury bills or mutual fund, you'll be earning 14%. Every month I'll be collecting 12 million without doing anything. I'll just be enjoying my life. What am I looking for? So I can put 10 billion there. And I'm cool. Hello? So why am I doing resume? Have you resumed? Where is your worksheet? Have you done what I told you to do? It's too much stress. To be an entrepreneur is very hard. To be an entrepreneur in Nigeria means you are a miracle worker. And then you have a lot of workers today that they are just a stress to your life. They don't know that they don't know, they don't want to know. When they are looking for a job, they are begging to apply. After they enter, they are forming union against you. And they stick out offer value. I can't come and keep myself. If it's easy to start a business, why did your grandfather not start one? Why did your father not start one and employ you? Hello? So you make money by what? By working. Let's move to number 2. How do you manage money? So once you begin to make money, everybody makes money, no matter how small it is. Start thinking, how can I increase the money that I make? That's another focus. But now let's move to the level. How do I then manage money? Now, everybody makes money no matter how little it is. But it is not how much you make that matters. It is how you manage what you make that matters. That's why money management is very, very important. A lot of people are not able to multiply their money because they are not able to effectively manage their money. So once you make money, the next thing you need to do is to now begin to learn how to manage your money. Now, you manage money by budgeting. You manage money by what? By budgeting. So you make money by working. You manage money by budgeting. Now, budgeting is a financial planning mechanism that helps you to balance your income and expenditure towards the achievement of your financial goal. Budgeting is a financial management mechanism or system that helps you to balance your income and expenditure in such a way that it helps you to achieve your financial goal. once your expenditure is greater than your income, your upkeep will become your downfall. So don't allow your expenditure to be greater than your income, because water go pass Gary. So what you need to know is that in budgeting, you are sitting down to ask yourself, how much do I make? How much more can I make? From what I make, how much must I invest? How much must I save? How much must I spend? So you sit down and you have a budget. Listen, if you don't plan what to do with money before money comes, when money comes, it will tell you what to do with it. And many people, because they don't have a budget, they come into a place where the money comes and they spend it on frivolities, they spend it on things that don't matter, and then they wake up and realize that the money is gone. Now, there are principles of financial management. We can't look into all of them. You get the books, you see some of them. Number one principle of financial management is never spend it all. Never spend it all. That's one of the principles of financial management. Because if you spend every money you make, then you don't have a future. Now, please, let me help you understand this as we go deeper into this context. Now, listen. Money is tripartite. Money is what? It's tripartite. Money is a spirit. Money has a soul. Money lives in a body. Money has a past. Money has a present. Money has a future. Now, money is a spirit. The spirit of money is called Mammon. That's the central bank governor of the kingdom of darkness. Mammon is the spirit that controls your thoughts, your desires, and your impulses. That's Mammon. Now, the soul of money is value. That's the value of your currency in the marketplace, and it is affected by market forces, monetary and fiscal policies. Then the body of money is that which you hold in your hand, your card or your checkbook or your currency. Because money is universal, but currency is geographical. Now, money has a past, money has a present, money has a future. Every money you are going to be paid in your lifetime will never be given to you once. So if you're going to work for 35 years, they're not going to pay you 35 years income in one day. No. So every money you're going to be making all through your lifetime will be broken into monthly income or periodic income. It therefore means that every time you collect that salary or you make that money, your past, present, and future is inside. So every money you make, until you activate the trinity of that money, you can never be wealthy. Because a portion of that money belongs to your past to take care of the bills you have already incurred. A portion of that money belongs to your present to take care of your ongoing obligation. A portion of that money belongs to your future. It's called savings and investment. So if you spend everything, you have eaten your future. You are a witch. Because many times we need to face reality. My future is bright. I will get there. Jesus. It's a lie. Your future is not bright. You know why? There is nothing called future. The future is a concept. The future is an ideology. Today is yesterday's future. Are you bright? Today is the tomorrow you spoke about yesterday. 10 years ago, if they told you that 10 years later you will not have a car, you say, God forbid. Are you not here now? There are many things that God forbid that your stupidity permits, your intelligence level permits, your attitude permits, your ignorance permits, and life permits. So God forbid is not a prayer. Hello? So you need to understand that. So if you are now eating everything, you have eaten your future. There is nothing called future. It's a concept, it's an ideology. When you enter into the future, it will enter today. Future will be waiting for you. So once you understand this, never spend it all. For every money you make, a portion of that money must be set aside as savings towards investment. Now, we've heard it said, you need to save a minimum of 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is. Find your number. We have learned number now. So find which one works for you. But you really need to save a minimum of 6 to 12 months of your living expenses in cash. And now listen to me. You can go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Olumide. I have an entire 6-part series developing a savings culture. Now, savings is not an investment. Savings is not an investment, but savings is required towards investment. Because savings is setting money aside for a purpose. Investment is sending money on assignment for a return. So you save so that you can have money to invest. So you need to know, never spend it all. The second law of financial management is delay gratification and live within your means. Delay gratification and live within your means. A lot of you look prosperous, but you are poor. When it's time to buy car instrumentally, you did there. Television instrumentally, you did there. When it's time to buy land instrumentally, I don't believe, is it true? Everything is a scam. You doubt everything that will help you, but when MMM come, you will accept. When CBS come, you will accept. Now they don't say another one don't come now. And now the quick here. Because you are the market. So you are the one that will hear, that will tell us. We don't hear those things because we are not in that frequency. We only hear when there is house in Dubai and there is house in Caribbean and they are doing a new island on the Maldives. That's what we are hearing. We are not hearing that there's something else that you'll be putting money to be collecting money. Because they know. They sell it to you. It's called hope. It's not a strategy. They just give you hope to keep you hopeless. And then you keep pursuing and it doesn't happen. So you need to understand that it's very, very important. You need to delay gratification and live within your means. Many of you, all the money you are making, there are three things you can do with money. You can waste it, you can spend it, you can invest it. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. You are buying both straight, your life is not straight. Bag and shoe to match, your life is not matching your bank account. Fix eyelashes, fix nail. Fix your life, sister. See all these brothers, they are just looking, they are going to the gym. Using beer to deceive sisters, bearded gang. And you can't pay school fees, you can't pay house rent. Any sister that has the misfortune of entering your life, you say, babe, there's this investment. Can I have 2 million there? Can I have 2 million there? What a man. Hello? Very, very important for you to know that. So number one, you make money by what? Working. You manage money by budgeting. Let's close with number three. You multiply money by investing. You multiply money by investing. Investing is sending money on assignment for a return. So as you begin to move through life, you need to know that investment is what you are going into. Now, what's an investment? An investment is anything that appreciates in value. What's an investment? An investment is anything that produces cash flow. Anything that appreciates in value, anything that produces cash flow, that's an investment. So that's your focus. Because you may start out working for money, but your plan should be to get to a point where you will no more work for money, but money will begin to work for you. Is to get to that point where the income from your assets and your investment is enough to take care of you. That's the financial statement. That's the number she's talking about. So if you know that you need 2 billion to take care of yourself every year, you then have assets and investment that brings 2 billion. Once the asset and investment brings 2 billion, financial independence has come. So whether you work or you don't work, the money is not working for you. So instead of you working hard for money, let money work hard for you. Do you understand that now? So how do you make money? How do you manage money? How do you multiply money? So what do you invest your money into? There are three different things you can invest money into, but let me talk to you about three of them. Or maybe four because of time. Number one, maybe five. Number one, invest in yourself. People ask that question over and over again. What do you think I can have to do? How do you think I can put the money into? No. Invest in yourself. Say you have 5 million. First take 500,000. Buy book. Carry the book, go to reading camp and spend 7 days. Just carry water. No food. That's your food. Man shall not live by bread. Look, carry water. Just be drinking water and be rich so that your brain will open up. Because open heavens is not open sky. Open heaven is not open cloud. It's open consciousness. Thy heaven over thy head. So that your brain will open. That's why it's called open heaven. So that you have understanding. So that software of poverty that is ruining your life will be removed. Because poverty is a spirit, poverty is a mindset, poverty is an habit, poverty is a lifestyle, poverty is a state. And the spirit of poverty can be dealt with by prayer. But the mindset of poverty, prayer cannot do it. Because ignorance is not a demon, you can't cast it out. So when you have the mindset of poverty, and all you are thinking of, let me just marry a rich man, you will suddenly realize that wealth is not sexually transmitted. That marrying a rich man does not make you rich. You are a poor woman married to a rich man. So if listen to me, if all you have is your husband's money, you are a liability. If that man dies today, can you live the same quality of life you are living now? Can your children go to the same school? Can you pay the same house rent? If you don't have it, then I'm a slave queen. You will soon be slaved by poverty. So number one is what? Invest in yourself. Invest in your financial intelligence. Invest in your gifting. Invest in your potential. Invest in skills development. Because if you know better, you will do better. Once you have that understanding. Number two, invest in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. Look at different things you can do to offer products and services that will offer value to your world, because money flows in exchange for value. So invest in entrepreneurship. Now, when we talk about investing in entrepreneurship, you don't have to be the owner of the business. It is better to own 10% of $1 billion than to own 100% of 1,000. So you don't have to be the owner. Imagine when Flutterwave and Paystack came up. If you only own just 5%, you know where you'll be today. In 2019, March, April, Zoom went public. Not many people took them serious. 1 year later, by March, April of 2020, as a result of COVID, Zoom entered another financial stratosphere. Many of the people you are calling billionaires today, from the Microsoft to all of them, Jeff Bezos, they don't even own up to 20% of the business you are calling. There are people that own 5% making money, you don't know their name. So entrepreneurship does not mean you must go and start a business. I'm the damaging director. No, that's not what we are talking about. Carrying complimentary car, I'm an entrepreneur. House rent you can't pay, school fees you can't pay. Obolo, one share, go and look for a job and just be collecting 250 and plan your life. Hello? Think about it. That man you are looking down on in traffic that is selling gala is richer than many of you. You are wearing suit and tie like a 21st century slave on a salary scale and inside an official coffin that you call official car, and you are looking down on somebody in traffic. But what they are making every day, if they multiply it by 30, is more than your salary. Many of those women you see in the market, some of them borrow money from microfinance and they pay 5% every month and they have never defaulted. That's 60% per annum that they are paying. Do you know what it means for you to carry 500,000 and say, Mama, I just a business? And if you have 500,000 with 10 of such people, do you know what will be coming? Many of you don't understand. Just want to have, I want to rent shop, complimentary car, COO, CEO. What's your problem? Hello? So entrepreneurship. So you don't have to own it. You can be a co-owner. You can go into fractional ownership. Just 10% equity of something big. That's your own part of the pie, and you are good to go. Next is to consider money market and capital market. People don't know that Nigerian stock market has been doing well. Globally right now, we are one of the top markets in the world today. But all you are hearing is bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. You join people to be talking what you don't understand. Hello? So you can do stock market, you can do money market, and you can put money in all these different things. You get 17%, 16%, 12%. And your money is there, and it's bringing something for you. The next one is what? Real estate. Real estate. Real estate is the only real investment. That's the only real investment. Oh, all other investments, they are just coming behind. Because if you are not in real estate, you are not in business. That's the only business. Name any business in this world. Every business is a real estate business. It's because you don't know. So to me, I'm into education. It's the school, not real estate. It's the hostel, not real estate. So me, I'm a medical doctor. Hospital, not be real estate. I'm a pharmacist. The pharmacy is not a real estate. Me, I'm into hospitality. It's the hotel, not real estate. It's the restaurant, not real estate. It's the event test, not real estate. He said, no, you don't understand. I'm a politician. It's the parliament house, not real estate. Me, I'm a man of God. Church, not be real estate. I'm into IEC, where your tank farm is in not real estate. Me, I'm into transportation. The road, not be real estate. Car park, not be real estate. Airport, not be real estate. So there is no business on earth that is not a real estate business. So once you understand, you go into real estate. A city today was a village yesterday. A village today will be a city tomorrow. You don't wait to buy land. You buy land and wait. If Lagos is not working, come to Abeokuta. And come and buy. If Abeokuta is not working, move to Osho. Move to Oyo. Go back to your village. You can do farming. Hello? So there is so much that can be done in real estate. And then you make money. And then finally, intellectual property. Invest in your own brainchild. You are so arrogant about wearing designer clothes, designer shoes. When will they start wearing you? Say, no, this my shoes designer is Louis Vuitton. When will they start wearing Shade? So this bag, is Gucci. When will they start wearing you today? When will people become proud of wearing you? What's your own brainchild? What's your intellectual property? What are the things that came out of you that people must pay to partake of it? So that's what you begin to do. You make money by what? Working. Either for yourself or for other people. You manage money by what? Budgeting. You multiply money by investing. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you can do better. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, you can take a moment to meditate on what you have just heard. In Yoruba, they will say, Momisi. All right, just let it sink in. Everything that you have heard today. Once again, thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful time. We appreciate you. All right, we just want him to take a breather. Up next is going to be a fireside chat with him. I want to encourage anyone who has questions for him or from some of the things you have listened to. He's a financial expert by every means, and he's capable of answering any questions that we may have. So please, media, can we have the QR code for the fireside chat? All right, whilst we have that on, again, I want to remind you, this is how, according to him, and this is true, you open the heavens over you. School of Money University is here. You can just buy this thumb drive and listen to, I think there are videos in here. Wealth Creation Master Pack is also here. You can carry it everywhere you go. How to create wealth as a career person, he's mentioned that. All right. How to increase value in the marketplace. The leadership edge is also here. 50 common mistakes. Unveiling money mistakes individuals and families and entrepreneurs make. The pathway to wealth. And the very big one, the School of Money. This one is 50,000 naira. Yes, so in case you are looking to buy land with 200,000 naira, here's your first land. All right, are we ready? All right, we have the QR code right there. Thank you again, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, for putting all the wealth of knowledge into these packs that we can carry with us. All right. Again, we want to remind you that all our sponsors and partners are still available, so take your time. After the entire program, they'll be waiting for you to answer any questions that you may have, and they can even guide you into the very first step you need to make on your new financial journey. All right, we will introduce... Okay, I think I have one more announcement here that I need to make. Don't forget to continue to follow us at Official Money Matters on all of our social media platforms. We're the same on YouTube, on Instagram, and also on TikTok. And don't forget, this event is live streamed both on the Official Money Matters YouTube channel and, of course, on the official YouTube channel of the largest sponsor of the program, which is Kingsword International Church, Ikeja. We will be hearing from our Director of Operations, Nigeria and Africa, to tell us more about why this ministry is doing this. We're a culturally intelligent organization, and we respond appropriately to our communities, whether they are physical communities or the communities that we believe that God has sent us to. And this is one of the assignments that God has told us to pursue. All right, come on again, put your hands together for Kingsword International Church, Ikeja. All right, right now we go straight into the fireside chat with Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. But before I invite him, please can we have this off the podium? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I welcome Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Come on, you can do better. You can do better. You can do better. Thank you very much, sir. All right, many of you may not know this. For years and years, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, well, he's not just a multi-billionaire, but he's also been raising billionaires, not just in Nigeria, and all over the world with one of his platforms, which is the Billionaire Conclave. Again, we want to say thank you very much, sir, for everything you're doing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes. All right. Let's start. Sometimes it's because of the kind of economy. I mean, the first thing that hits you about our economy in this part of the world, not just Nigeria, the first set of experiences people have or mindset people have with the economy is that it's not good, it's not well organized, and it's difficult for them to have that mental wiring to believe that they can make it. And so that's why it's important to hear stories like yours, who perhaps didn't exactly come from money. So let's start from there. Can you tell us about what your first set of experiences with money? What does your background look like? And how did you get to where you are today?
Okay, thank you very much. I think it all boils down back to the subject of mindset. I'm the firstborn in a family of 8, 5 biological, 2 adopted, 1 away match. So we are 8 altogether, at least to the best of my knowledge. We still had to ask my father. I had to send 2 of my younger ones to him. I think last month, to say, go and ask this man. He's now growing old, though. So does he have any other one anywhere? Should we be expecting? It's just you know, so we are first of 8. So we come from a middle-class family. My father was a custom officer, and he was a custom officer that did not steal. He was not born again. He was not stealing. Double jeopardy. All the other custom officers that I knew along with him were all building houses and stealing money. The man refused to steal. Born again, you know born again. Thief, you know thief. So you are wondering, what are you doing here? But for me as an individual, I just saw money from the point of the environment. Go to school, get a good grade, get a good job, make money, and then if by a stroke of luck, you probably just make it. But my story changed in 1997, 98, because like I say to people, if you are not married and you are poor, there can be a lot of excuses for your stupidity. Because you have a lot of people to still help you. You can crash in Jimo's house, spend one night there. You can just go and eat breakfast somewhere else, lunch somewhere else. But you can't do that as a married man with responsibilities. So I became frustrated. And then I cried out to God. I said, God, I'm tired of poverty. I really want a way out. And God gave me some assignments, which are part of the book. But 2 things that were very key is to get a new Bible. And I'm going to show you from Genesis to Revelation my own wealth creation plan. And that was the first thing I did. The second thing he asked me to do was to study the life of rich and wealthy individuals on earth. Individuals and families. Find out what did they do to become rich and how have they been able to perpetuate their riches. And that was the shock of my life. So for 8 months, I was like a madman into 1998. And I realized that every rich and wealthy individual on earth, they all did the same things. Success leaves clues. I realized that number 1, they were all men and women that work for themselves. None of them were salary earners. So I knew that I have to have a rethink about the subject of salary. Number 2, none of them had only one source of income. They had multiple streams of income. Number 3, every one of them without fail had real estate as one of the things that helped them not just to create wealth, but to retain their wealth. So I said, okay, no problem. If you do what successful people do, you become successful. I did the same thing in 3-4 years. My story changed. So for me, even though I came from a middle class, low income family, the first thing that had to happen was that change of mindset, change of understanding, because you have to become it to attract it. And once I had that understanding, That became the software that ran every other thing that I did. Every other thing was just application of what I've learned. And that's how I got here.
Clap if you want to. And I think you should. So I want to ask, because it looks like sometimes people have a blockade. We see a lot of intelligent people who are broke. They are doing well they can reason well. But you are an advocate of common sense. And so, can you help us unpack the difference between intelligence, common sense, and wealth?
Application, consistency, and mentorship. A lot of people know what to do, but they don't do it. They are very intelligent to explain everything, but if you ask them, are you doing it? They are not. Do you understand now? There was a program that took place somewhere on the African continent recently. And the president of a country was on the panel. And they asked the president of the country a question. And in answering the question, he said that all the African continents can come together, work together, do commodity together, and this and that. And then they asked him, so why didn't you start it? He stopped. He doesn't have anything to say. When you go online or you listen to radio programs, morning or evening, we have a lot of all these phone-in programs. And you realize that every time there is a topic, when people call, hello, my name is John, what do you have to say? That's the problem. All these people, everybody's complaining. So what do you think will be done? That's the problem. And that's not new. When you go to the FRA, Free Readers Association, at the vendor stand of newspaper, you see people, they're very intelligent people. They are all postulating theory, but they don't do it. Go on to social media, you see a lot of stupid people talking with 200 naira airtime. Put a program online now and say, money matters. Put date, time, and venue. Put it there. The first thing comment will be is when. Where is the venue? They don't even have enough brain to read what they are seeing. So the problem is, number one, action. A lot of people are very intelligent, but they are not doers. Number two is consistency. That you have done it and it did not work does not mean you should stop doing it. Whatever is right, keep doing what is right. When it is working, when it is not working, until it begins to work. And number three is mentorship. So you see a lot of people, they will tell you, don't listen to all these people, all these motivational speakers, aspire to acquire, I've tried it does not work. Now listen, I've been in full-time ministry by October 9th, it will be 37 years in full-time ministry. I've pastored the same church for 31 years. As I am today, there are still poor people in my church tomorrow. Because everything you say, after you are finished, they want to come and collect money after service. All those things you are saying is not for them. They are not ready to do. They are not ready to be consistent. And they don't have mentorship. So when you see a lot of people, let me say this. At the point in our church, we were doing multiple marriages. Because we decided that we can only do marriage one Saturday in a month. So sometimes we do 3 marriages. So years ago, we did 3 marriages one Saturday in August. 1 year later, 2 of the people had already gotten pregnant and they had a child. One of that couple did not have a child for 18 years. And I looked at them face to face every Sunday. 18 years later, they are twins. Now, what do you do to have a child? Consistently have sex with your partner. You will have a child. That's the principle. Sexual intercourse between husband and wife is the principle for pregnancy. But they did it for 18 years. And they didn't have a child. Is it because sex does not produce child anymore? No. So sex is not a scam. The reason why the sex did not work for them is because there were other underlying factors that was not allowing the principle to work. So the fact that you did something once and it did not work, as long as it is the right thing, keep doing it. If it's not working, find out why it is not working. Don't fight the principle. So people are fighting principles. Just because you did it, you didn't say it's a lie. This one is a scam. That's why it's a scam. After 10 years, you'll still be a pessimist, but nothing will change. So that's the key. It's action, consistency, and mentorship. A mentor is someone that has achieved what you want to achieve. A mentor is going to be up there looking at everything. You know, like Google Map works based on satellites. So when you are going, it will tell you, no, you can turn here because there's a traffic now. That's what a mentor does. They have an overview. So whatever you are going through that is not working, they say, no, don't worry. This is the way it works. Pull by this, do this. And that's so. But people, they don't act. They are not consistent, and they don't have any mentor. Let me wrap up with this. When you are in primary school, you have teachers. By the time you enter secondary school, you have teachers. Once you enter university, teachers expire. You have lecturers. We don't teach university, we lecture. But by the time you leave university, you now have coaches and mentors. So a lot of people stop learning when they left school. When you graduate, there will be no more teachers, there will be no more lecturers. You now need to intentionally, the same way you went to look for a school and started paying school fees, you have to intentionally now look for a coach and a mentor that has achieved what you want to achieve, that has gone to where you want to go, to say, look, I want to submit to you the same way I submitted to university. And then you pay with time, you pay attention, and you pay with money.
Can you say it again, sir?
You pay time, you pay attention. You know, when you went to school, you were not the one paying.
Yeah.
Your parents paid the money, but you paid with the time and attention. But now that you have graduated, you will pay with your time, you pay attention to what they're telling you, now pay with money. They will now be the one to coach your life into the next level. That's the way it works.
There is an evil we see in the world. There are a lot of people who are high income earners. But it looks like even though they have an opportunity by that high income to leverage, they are unable to translate that. What are you've been doing this for years, helping people to leapfrog and change. What are the common errors you see that people who regularly earn and they're expected to be able to make something of it and they don't?
It's simple. They don't have financial intelligence. That's all. Now, you see, there's what we call the wealth pyramid. In the wealth pyramid, the people at the middle, they are the people you are mentioning right now. Because at the bottom of the pyramid, we have those that are in financial crisis. Then we have those that are financial instability. Then we have those that are financially stable. Now, those that are financially stable are people that have a good job. By virtue of the job, they have profit sharing, target bonus, they have all kinds of stuff. They have official house, traveling, they have savings, they have a house of their own, their children are in private school, they travel abroad and all those stuff. But you see, the missing link is that everything they have comes from the money they make by exchanging their time and energy for money. So they are working for money. Money is not working for them. That's the mistake. They don't have financial intelligence. They don't know. They don't know that they don't know. They don't want to know. They are very arrogant. Because there are many people that are looking up to them, but they have nothing to look up to. So what you see is that man is working, is making 3.5 million a month, 5 million a month. Maybe at the end of the year, they pay him 12 million as part of his own profit sharing or target bonus or whatever, or equity, whatever. So he's making money. But that money he's making is because he's working in that company. He's working in a place where he's earning 5 million a month, in a place where people are earning 120. But guess what? Once he loses that job, and that 5 million stops coming, in less than 6 months, he's a poor man. Why? He has nothing else working for him. So that's the problem. So instead of them to use that act, and that's what we are talking about, creating wealth as a career person. That time that you are making that 3 million, 5 million a month, you are supposed to apply those things I spoke to about managing money. Live on a budget, delay gratification, and then set money aside for investment. So if while you are working, you make up your mind that every year I'm going to buy a land banking. Every 3 to 5 years I'm going to buy a house. It means that if you work for 25 years, you're going to have 5 houses and 25 plots of land. So even if you lose your job, that house has become an asset that is producing cash flow. That will keep you going because your time is limited. Your energy is limited. And many of the things you call a job, you are not in control. I have friends that we all grew up together. When I started real estate, I always share this story because it's a painful one. When I started real estate and I realized the power of real estate, I'm like, Kai, all these my friends in bank, let me talk to them, let them bring money. Since I have integrity and I know the secret, let them bring money, let's put money. I spoke to many of them, not one of them Not one. Say, all those bush land. No. I said, no, I've discovered land banking. In the next 20 years, in the next 15 years, 20 years was like, what are you talking about? One of them was a regional manager in one of the top banks. This guy, I will call him, I will talk to him. The guy did not do anything. He said, no, even if he wants to buy land, he's in Leke, Phase 1. He was calling me. I said, start from somewhere. The guy did not listen. 1 year, I spoke to him. He told me that, I said, what if you lose your job? He said, that last year, I was the top this and that. I was the top that and that. And I made a decision. I said, now, you are saying you can never lose your job. What if the market sack your bank? He said, it's not possible. The next year, bank consolidation. That bank is no more today. The day he lost his job and came to my office, he was crying downstairs. Why was he crying? After all the good things he has done, they let him go. And they gave him, was it 24 million or so? That with that 24 million, if he had given me 20, I can make him a billionaire. But he was crying. And I said, I'm for 24. You know what, okay, for maybe 20. I started telling him what we can do with 20 million. He said, oh, look, my rent is 6 million. So by the time we pay rent for 2 years, 12 million is gone. His children are in schools that he cannot afford. When the guy was in my office crying, what he was crying about was not even the loss of the job. He was calling the name of his wife. Bimbo my familiar. That's not the wife's name. Bimbo my familiar. Bimbo legia. He was crying because, you see, many of you think you have a wife. You don't have a wife. You have a knife. The only reason why you think you are married is because you can afford to pay the bills. Wait until there is no money. You will know whether you have a wife or not. And guess what? By the time he got back home, Bimbo said, so what's the plan? The Bimbo still left him with 2 children, left for America. The guy is single. He just remarried 2 years ago now. His life is out of order. So that is their problem. They don't understand financial intelligence. They are exchanging time and energy for money instead of making money work for them. That's the key.
Wow. I also want us to take a cursory look at something. Let's imagine in a country like Nigeria, somebody earning around, say, 250, 300, that band. There's a tendency, or maybe it's a cultural wiring that makes you feel that you don't have much to put aside. And there are legitimate, like our pastor will say, there are so many legitimacies in our lives that make us make wrong decisions. I need to pay school fees, I need to do this. That if somebody looks at what you have done with the money, they won't say, some people say, and I don't drink, I don't carry women. And so many things want to take that money out of your purse into your past. Can you help us take a look at, say, somebody in that band and say, these are the areas where your money is really going the wrong way?
Like Grace said earlier on, one of the uniqueness of what we have done is that we are not theoreticians. We are practitioners. I can give you a name, phone number of people you can call now that earn 100,000, 200,000, and they are stupendously wealthy. Why? Because they know what others don't know. I just give you an example of my PAs here. Look at, right there, you have palm tree there. 6 million per acre, 15 million per hectare. Anybody that brings somebody to buy one, you are getting 10%. So that means all you need is a network. Uncle, they are selling land, this is the document, your lawyer can go and check, this is the form, fill it. If your uncle buys 1 acre, you are getting 600. If your neighbor buys 1 hectare, you are getting 1.5 million, even though your salary is 100,000. So there are people working for me, earning 150, collecting 15 million every month. Why? Because they are using their network to bring turnover to the company and getting their own portion. So it's financial intelligence that we need. Then let's break it down. What are the 3 major things that takes money from people? Accommodation, roof over your head, feeding, and then school fees. You have to settle it that you have to stay within your level. You are not going to be there forever. but you must stay there.
So let's start school.
Let's start with
because
accommodation.
that gets a lot of people.
I'm coming there. Let's start with accommodation. You are a man and a woman with one child. What are you doing in a 2-bedroom? What are you doing in a 3-bedroom? What are you doing in a highbrow area that you cannot pay for? Any rent you need help to pay is too expensive. Any rent you need prayer point to pay is too expensive. Find a location that is suitable to your income. Some people need to leave Lagos and relocate to Ogun State, go to Ibadan.
And they can still become wealthy.
Life and direct. Because technology eliminates villages.
Come on.
You can do transfer from anywhere. You can be on Wi-Fi from anywhere. So all this Lagos is a olden days mindset. Just like Ekolowa. No, that's olden days theory. You can be anywhere. So number one is to look for accommodation that works for you. You can do fractional ownership. You can have a 3-bedroom apartment. One room is your own. One of my houses in the UK is a 3-bedroom with a penthouse. The penthouse is there. I stayed there with my family once in a while if we want to stay in the place. But we rented one room out, room by room. Each of those rooms are being rented by families. In Lagos today, I have children that are doing that all over. So you don't need to have a whole house of your own. If it's only one room you can have. Parlor will be our general parlor. Kitchen will be our general kitchen. It is still better than tenement face me and face you. Do you understand that? So find the accommodation that works for you. There are people in Lagos living under the bridge. They did not die. They are living in wooden houses. They did not die. Start from somewhere. Number 2, feeding. He said, hey, I have to eat 3 square meals. Is 3 a square or a triangle? Where do you have the idea that you must eat 3? If it's only one you can eat, square it. Because you don't live to eat, you eat to live. Even those that are not hungry will be telling you, where's my lunch? Are you hungry? So you look at your expenses and you cut it down. Eat what you can eat. Some of you are eating meat. You don't need to eat. You don't need meat. When we were growing up, there are different kinds of food that we ate that brought us to where we are. There is what we call ilalasepo, concussion. So that one, you will now cut the okra big. The okra will look like meat.
God bless.
To give you a psychological. Then when you want to do, rice, we do concussion. You just mix atagungu, and if you can get some shower, just put it and then cut small. Just give yourself psychological relief. And then you can do konkere. You get beans. One for me, see, you let the water of the beans be more. You now put garri inside. It will now soak it. It will now be so. By the time you take like 4 spoons, you now drink 2 pure water. It will now enlarge inside you. But we are here today. Do you understand now? Then we now go to school. Please, I beg you. Who told you your children must go to school?
Say it again.
Who told you your children must go to school?
Did you hear what I heard?
Let's face reality. The first medical doctor who gave him certificate. The first lawyer who certified the first lawyer. The first accountant who was his own lecturer. Everything you are embracing today, somebody started it. So the first thing you need to do is to understand the main education that anybody needs is good home training and having an understanding of the way the world works. If your children can go through elementary school, they are good. Once they finish primary school like this, as a parent, your responsibility is to discover their giftings and talent and potential. By the time they are supposed to be going to secondary school, look for what their talent is and push them in that direction. So if that's your young boy is finishing school at the age of 12, 13, and you realize that, okay, I may not be able to do secondary school, can he go and learn a trade? Can he go and learn something? If it's fashion, can he go to fashion school? If it's electronic, can he go to electronic school? Okay, let's say he has even finished secondary school. Do you know that right now, POP, tiling, electrical, plumbing, these guys are doing millions. And there are people that went to school, nothing. School is not a scam, but the curriculum is a scam. Because most of what they are teaching you, 80% of what you learn in school is useless when you graduate. The world that existed when you went to school, that world will not exist when you finish school. So instead of carrying your children, I want to go to school, and many of you are in private school. If the school fees you are paying for your children, you need fasting and prayer to pay, the school fees is too expensive. And you start with all this jealousy, kindergarten. There is homeschooling. There are so many things you can do. And I've mentioned this thing. You are married to a man. 2 of you, you are married. All the work you are doing, you now carry like 50% of that money to pay rent. Another 30% to pay school fees. So 80% of your income is going on 2 items. Why can't somebody stay at home and homeschool the child? Why not? Whether husband or wife. And let the person whose career can bring more income face that one. Because see, there are things we need to rethink. Because at the end of the day, they go to school, they graduate, they don't have a job. They now go and do master, they become master over nothing. Because the educational system is created as an assembly line for producing job seekers, not job creators. So the curriculum is skewed towards, so by the time you finish after primary school, secondary school, university, after spending about 21 years, you now graduate. The first letter you write is, I beg to apply. So you spend 21 years to be a beggar. So we have to, as a family, have that rethink. And then it will help us to now know how to manage all the things we have. And no matter what, even if you are doing 250, 150, once you know how to make more money, you'll be amazed, like I give you an example now, at how you can make more money than that 150 or that 250 that you're making. Then if from that 250, you are just putting 25,000, 10% is all you need to save. If you are saving 10% of your income, because our grandparents and those that have come before us, they didn't go to school. You know, in Lagos now, the illiterates are the landlord, the educated ones are the tenants. They didn't go to school, but they had financial intelligence, they had common sense. They knew that this money I'm making, go to the market, go to my 12 here, go to Ojuoye, go to Mushi. There are people that are not earning as much as you earn. They don't have the kind of education you have, but they understand this law. Every day, one job, 1,000 a day, 2,000 a day. At the end of the month, the guy collecting the 1,000 will come, they are supposed to collect 31. The guy will collect 10% and give them 27. That 27, they will not spend it. They have another susu that they are doing 2020 or 25. So as they are collecting that 27, want that 25. That 25 in 10 months, Omako 250. As they are collecting that 250, they are not spending it. They are either using it to pay school fees for their child, or they are using it to make a deposit for a land in the village that they are using to farm tomato or farm cucumber. So these are how people do. You just come here wearing suit and tie, ignorant people, proud and arrogant. You are poor and proud. Double jeopardy. Look at this meeting now, they will not come. But if we are calling phone number now, we are pouring all on the eye, they will hear everybody will be falling and breaking chair. It is well.
Wow. So I imagine that there is somebody who is a sole proprietor here. And I mean, they've been bootstrapping on their business. But they can't wrap their head around the concept of somebody else bringing money and then taking part of it. I think it's a cultural thing. There seems to be a mental blockade around that. How can you help us divorce ourselves from wanting to own it all?
Okay,
and
yeah,
then benefit?
you know, Lalukwa and Sons, Ikechukwu and Sons, is a mindset. And that's why, like I said earlier on, you need mentors. Sometimes you just need somebody to help you see clearly. You just need somebody to help you see better. And I think data helps when people see statistics and data. So I would advise everybody right now, once you leave here, go and do a research. How much of the platform Amazon does Jeff Bezos has? When you check Amazon and you check Jeff Bezos, you see that he owns less than 20%. How much of Facebook does Mark has? Less than 20%. How much of Microsoft does Bill Gates have? Less than 20%. By the time you see all these multi-billionaires that are founders, founder does not mean owner. They are founders, but they have sold 50%, 70% of what they own to other people. And the 10, 20% they have is in billions. So once you begin to think from that perspective, that's why I brought it down to Mama that is paying 5% to Lapo or paying 3%. They are paying. If somebody can from that petty trade pay 60% return, abba. What that tells you is that if I give her money, I can collect 30%. And everybody will be happy. She will be happy that I halved our interest, and you will be happy that your interest will give you 30% guarantee. And we all move on like that. So, and these are things we have tested and proven. So for that person, it's just for you to be in the right environment or have the right mentorship or right tribe that will help you see clearly and see differently. All these family business, say that I want to start business for my family, they are all expired theory. Starting a business because of your family is a recipe for disaster, a recipe for poverty. Because the children you are raising right now, they are being raised in a different world. I can tell you, I have a lot of billionaire friends now. Hospital for sale, chamber for sale, university for sale, school for sale, fuel station for sale, properties for sale, farm for sale. The children are not coming anywhere. They have told their father, forget it. We are not coming. Sell it. Because you use your money to send them abroad. Now they have gone there. They would rather stay abroad and return. And now you are left with all the houses and they are not coming back. Many of the people that they use, when I was in school, I went to school in Ilorin, in Omukpo. So when we're going, there is Dodo Ikire, there's Akara Osu that we use. So those people that they use Dodo Ikire and Akara Osu to train, they are all in banks and multi-chips. They are all there wearing suit and tie and poor. Are you not supposed to go to school, then bring the education back and go back to that Akara and take the Akara to the next level? But they abandoned what brought them. So they left their birthright and now they are eating what is not their own. So it's all a function of being in the right tribe that will help you see differently so that you can do differently.
Wow. Wow. Okay. To be candid, it's loud out there that this country is not doing well. I mean, that's the loud narrative. I mean, but to listen to somebody like you makes you rethink. Because again, the voice out there can make you take the wrong choices. Yeah. I would like you to speak to young people here. Maybe, I mean, they just started earning. And some of them perhaps are favored, lucky to even have salaries. How can somebody live such that they are able to shut out the noise? Because what you just described now, in terms of opportunity, does not sound like it's happening in Nigeria here. Yeah. Hospitals for sale and all of those things. So how do you live outside of the noise?
Okay. Now please listen and listen well. Nigeria is one of the best countries in the world. You only have to understand to understand. Nigeria is one of the best countries, one of the richest countries. Now, when we talk about riches, the human capital is huge. The mineral resources, huge. So the problem with many of us is our mindset and our association. Listen and listen well. Every money on earth is still on earth. Money does not travel. Money does not go on holiday. So when you say there is no money in Nigeria, you are a liar. Because they have been stealing money for 60 years. The money has not finished.
Come on.
So that mindset is your problem. That's the virus. If you say there is no money in your pocket, you are right. If you say you don't have money, you are right. But to say there is no money in Nigeria, you are a liar. Because people, if there is no money, what are they going to do there? They will start again. Next year, they will give you 5 bags of 5 kgs rice, empowerment rice, and take another 4 years of your life. But they continue to make the money. So Nigeria, because there is money in Nigeria. Number 2, in Nigeria, you see, crisis creates opportunities. Money hides in problems. So because of the myriads of problems that we have, that is myriads of opportunity and myriads of money to be made. So once you understand that, it will go a long way in helping you. But if you think that the grass is greener on the other side, it's synthetic fiber. There are people that have traveled out now and they have realized that it's not as easy. They can't come back again because they can't even afford the ticket to return. They can't come back because there's nothing to return to. They have sold everything. And all those noise is because of, number 1, your mindset. Number 2, your association. If you are moving with people that are telling you, okay, let me know. I have a paper in my pocket I would have loved to read. I just came back from Jos yesterday.
You can take your time.
This was given to me by a youth copper. So gave to my PA gave to me, so I just read it in the so I was reading it. He's a youth copper. He said he met me in Enugu 3 years ago. And I was speaking about fractional ownership. How that you can gather your friends together. He said, so he called 19 of his friends. And 20 of them started putting 5,000, 10,000 together. He said he's happy that right now he's doing its youth service now. And they have 4 plots of land that they have bought and paid for in full. If they continue like that, the land they are buying for 500 today may end up becoming 50 million in 10 years' time. That's how it works. It's because he saw it. He's not thinking of Japa. I have a young boy. He's the youngest member of the Billionaires Conclave. And what does he do? He has just finished school. He's also a youth copper. And this year alone, he has done 8 million. Where did he get 8 million from? Online. He's an engineer. And then he goes online and he tells people, I can do your structural drawing. I can do this for you. And that's all he does. And people engage him. Why? Why did the students get that idea. He was in the right environment that they told him you can do this. So as long as you see, anything you cause cannot bless you. When you say Nigeria is a cost country, you can't make money in Nigeria. When you say Nigeria is a useless country, you can't make money in Nigeria. So as long as you keep joining people to cost Nigeria, Nigeria cannot work for you. And you cannot convince me otherwise. When I know people that are doing billions. I have a daughter, Ejalonta. This year alone, she has done 5 billion as at April. You know, Ejatita. And you are telling me that I will not Ejalonta. So what are you telling me? So it's for you to have the right mindset and then the right association. So that no matter where you are, you begin to find out where are the problems that I can solve. What is value? Answering questions, meeting needs, and solving problems. Most of the things people are complaining about, if one person can just take responsibility to solve the problem, he will become richer than the other people. That's all. So please stop looking at Nigeria from the lens of all the noise. Shut the noise with the right mindset, get information, read books, and then have the right association. Because all this, it's my background. You don't, no. You can't use your background as an excuse once you are 18 years old. Once you are 18, you have become the background, though. By the time you give birth to your first child, you are now an ancestor. Because one of the people. So where your ancestors has failed you, you cannot afford to fail your descendants. Be talking background. It's an excuse of failure. So take responsibility for your life, because no one will plan your life for you without your involvement. No matter how terrible you say Nigeria is, people are making money because there are still problems to be solved. Find the one you can solve and money will flow.
Before we move to the next, I want to ask a very pivotal question. I mean, you help entrepreneurs across industries. And here, we're in the world of AI. What is your overarching perception about AI? And I want you to talk to young people here. What is that important thing about AI that they must have in mind to be able to leverage it appropriately?
In 1999, as we were moving towards year 2000, we went through what is called the Y2K bug. Oh, Y2K, they say, 000, the world will come to an end. Everything will reset. Oh, you must learn computer, you must. So we went to learn desktop publishing. We learned everything because we wanted to be Y2K compliant. After a while, they say, oh, it's a WhatsApp, or you must know how to type, or you must know how to do. So listen to me. The first thing you must understand is that AI is not coming to take over anybody's job. AI is not coming to take over anybody's business. But those who know how to use AI will take over your job and take over your business. Because AI is working based on what somebody has programmed it to do. So you must learn to use AI. So as we move forward, we are moving more into the technological age. So everything you do in brick and mortar, take it online. Take it into the e-commerce level. Take it into the technology level and look for AI tools that will help you to leverage and automate them. And that's the future. When I came here today now, I brought physical book. I brought USB. So that if you don't want the physical one, you take the USB one. You download the PDF. You listen to the MP3. And I told you there's a university online. If you don't want physical, you go online. That's the way it works. So whether it's physical, USB, or online, we are using technology. When you go online now, there are AI Olumide Emmanuel. So I'm talking now. Now there are versions of me online that is an AI version, teaching. When you go online now, when I'm speaking in English, AI takes my words, changes it to 15 other languages. So as I'm popular in Nigeria, I'm popular in nations of the world. The same thing you are hearing me say in English, AI is translating it to 15 other languages. And they are inviting me all over those countries to come to them. But I'm in Nigeria here. That's what you do. You use AI as a technology to enhance whatever you are doing. Because the word system, SYSTEM, means save yourself time, energy, and money. So whatever will save you time, energy, and money is what you should be doing. That's the system. So AI is a system. Find out what is taking my time, what is taking my energy, what is taking my money. Look for the tool that will help you to do that, and you have your leverage.
Thank you. Money is spiritual. And we've heard so many things from so many speakers here today, and even people all over. I want to ask a question about, at what point does an entrepreneur pay tithe? Do you tithe your business revenue, or you tithe your own salary from what your business pays you?
Okay, now there is a difference between personal income and corporate income. So as an entrepreneur and a kingdom businessman, you have to recognize that you are separate from your business. So we advise every kingdom entrepreneur must earn a salary. You must have something you earn every month. The fact that you are the owner of the company does not mean you should just begin to spend it now, because you should be thinking of building a company that will outlive you. And without corporate governance and proper system and structure, you are running a family business, not a sustainable business. A survivor mindset cannot build a transgenerational business. So you earn a salary, you have bonuses or whatever that comes to you. That is your personal income. You tithe from that. So for your personal income, everything you get, you tithe from that gross personal income. Now, for your business, you don't tithe from your gross income. You tithe from your profits. Now, Grace was trying to explain that earlier on when she said you buy it for 10,000, you sell for 15,000. Turnover is not profit. That's why a lot of people get into problem. Turnover is vanity. The only sanity is profit.
Come on.
So you can be having turnover and you are still poor. Why? Because by the time you buy for 10,000, you sell for 15,000. You have not factored in taxes. You have not factored in your rent. You have not factored in salaries. You have not factored in your overhead costs. You have not factored in storage. You have not factored in cost of repurchasing and all this stuff. So at the end of the day, you are supposed to have sold that thing you bought for 10,000. You are supposed to have sold it for 30,000. But by selling it for 15,000, you are already in debt. But cash flow is coming in. So in a company, you must know what your turnover is. Then you must know what your overhead is. Then when you separate your overhead, whatever is now left, that's where you tithe. That is called a corporate tithe. That's different from your personal tithe. So if you are a Christian that owns a business, you may not be able to tithe every month. Your tithe may be once a year. After you have done your annual income, you now look at this is the income for the year. You now tithe. For some kingdom business people, the kind of business they do is such that they already know the profit per item. You understand now? They know the profit per item. So you are a fashion designer. You know that if somebody brings me to sew boo-boo for them and I charge them 80,000, I know that everything it will cost me, I've calculated it. That for everything I'm going to do to prepare this boo-boo, I'm profiting 50,000. So I know that per boo-boo, 5,000 is my tithe. So I give you an example. I do a lot of businesses. Like the palm tree now, we pay tithes on this palm tree every month. But my other real estate company, we pay tithes once a year. But the reason we can pay tithes on palm tree every month is because from day one, we have sat down and we have calculated that, okay, we are selling this for this amount. This is the cost of this. So we know that for every 1 acre we sell, this is the profit. So every month they are paying tithes. Do you understand now? It's different. For my books now, for instance, as I'm writing a book, I tithe upfront. Why? When I print a book now, I already know that, okay, I'm printing 5,000. This is my cost price. This is my selling price. I just divide. I know that, okay, if I finish selling this 5,000, I'll make 70 million. That means my tithe is 7 million. So as I launch the book, I just gather 10 million. I pay the tithe in advance. It doesn't mean I will still not pay, but just to at least save myself, and then favor will begin to flow. Can we have 100 copy? Can you come and speak here? Because you understand the principle. So it is not a one size fits all. Separate yourself so that your own is constant. But for your company, depending on the kind of business, you do it either per item, per week, per month, or per annum.
Wow. So last question before I let you go. If your grandchildren, if you want them to learn one thing from you, what would that be?
It's simple. Let money work for you instead of you working for money. So by the time they come, they will realize that money is waiting for them before they came. And that money that is waiting for them before they came, they must let the money continue to work so that generations after them will also call them blessed. So if they can think of me, not from the point of breaking a generational curse, but enjoying a generational blessing, that's the same thing their own children should think of them. Because think about it now. I've been in the church for about 40 years of my life. I've been a Christian for about 40 years. Now I have 3 children. My last born is 13 plus. Are you telling me now that after being in church for that long, my children will now come to church? They now say, oh, yeah, let's pray. Every altar of your father's house. It's a useless prayer to them. Because I am the altar. And I'm not an evil altar. I have cleared the road. So the prayer I pray, they shouldn't be praying that kind of useless prayer. The prayer they should be praying is, Lord, give me this mountain. They should be praying to take generations, to take territories, not to break a curse. So when you are a Christian, you have been born again for 20 years, 25 years, your children were born in church, you are still breaking altar of fathers, and both you and your children, you are confused. The theology you have listened to is a corrupted virus. Because which curse are you breaking that you couldn't break for 25 years, that your children still came to inherit it? It's time to move from generational curse to generational blessing. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put it together for Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Thank you very much, sir. Please, photographers. Thank you very much. I'm leveraging more. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for... I didn't see you coming.